Welcome back to another episode of 40 Facts About the 40K Universe. I am your host, Gersh1, and today we're going to be talking about the Imperium and their relationship with all of the alien races, or at least the major alien races within the 40K galaxy. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. We post Warhammer 40K lore videos every single day. If you have any suggestions, please let me know in the comment section below. And if you enjoy our content, thank our patrons on Patreon. It is because of them that we can do this. This is coming straight from the 9th edition core rulebook. The rulebook I really recommend you pick up. The lore is just a really good refresher on everything about the hobby. So share this with newcomers to the game if you have some friends who want to start learning about the 40K galaxy. But with that said, let's get into 40 facts on the Imperium's view of the Xenos. For as long as humanity has sailed the stars, they have encountered alien races. These races, broadly classified as Xenos by the Adeptus Terra, have on occasion proved valuable allies alongside whom to battle mutual foes. More often than not, however, they are the enemies themselves, and must be fought to the death, lest they butcher, devour, or enslave the worlds of mankind. For 10,000 Terran years, from the westernmost reaches of the Segmentum Pacificus to the far-flung listening stations of the Eastern Fringe, the Imperium has made war upon many alien races, but they have made war upon them in return. To an authoritarian regime such as the Adeptus Terra, there is little room for ambiguity when it comes to the hated Xenos, and no consideration given to the possible benefit of an alliance or a truce with any of them. That which is inhuman is unclean and must therefore be destroyed. However, the realities of combat in the field are rarely as binary. On many occasions throughout its long history, the armies of the Imperium had found common cause with the more comprehensible Xeno species. Even on occasions, those deemed monstrous, but when faced with yet perils, they become friends. In particular, this is true for the craft-world Aldari of the mysterious Harlequins, with whom many temporary accords have been struck. Yet even these pacts seem always to manipulate mankind's destiny in an unforeseen way. Aware of the Eldritch abilities of the Eldar, plentiful Imperial commanders have embraced mutual annihilation on their own terms, rather than set aside their own ingrained xenophobia. The wars against the Orc menace have been comparatively simple, if at times utterly devastating. Setting aside the odd unconfirmed reports of illicit trade with alleged greenskin subfactions, humanity and the Orcs have been at one another's throats near constantly for the better part of 10 millennia. The Orc race is so incredibly prolific that few star systems exist with at least a little hint of greenskin presence. Moreover, these crude and anarchist aliens are so aggressive that to encounter them at all is to find oneself embroiled in an immediate and rapidly escalating war that it soon becomes clear is being fought as much for the Orc sheer enjoyment as for any coherent material gain. Such sudden and senseless conflicts are bad enough, but Imperial history is littered with examples of those times when greenskin numbers have reached critical mass upon some world or star system, and a war has begun. From the notorious War of the Beasts to the Second and Third Armageddon Wars, and the unstoppable advance of the Arch-Arsonists of Caradon, such occasions have seen the Imperium virtually brought to its knees by this brutal and widespread foe. Some Xeno threats of the Imperium are more ancient than humanity itself. This is true for the many Eldar factions, but equally so for their ghoulish nemesis of old, the Necrons. The Imperial historians know little of the origins of this race. They are murderous alien androids, and much of the knowledge they have successfully gathered have been delivered by the arrogant and often insane overlords of the Necrons themselves, casting its validity in doubt. It is certain, however, that the Necron race plunged themselves into a millennia of hibernation long ago. Perhaps they were seeking to outlast or evade some deadly foe. Now they are awakening again, their buried complexes of stasis tombs rumbling to life deep beneath the surface of countless worlds scattered across the galaxy. The Inquisitors of the Ordo Xenos suggest that the Necron race is fractured into many factions, and thanks to the ravages of time, it has emerged from its long sleep, damaged in both body and mind. For all this, the Necrons are a terrifying foe, and conflicts such as the Battle of the Ice-Locked Warzone of Damnos have proven to the Imperium that nothing short of an overwhelming military response stands any chance of overcoming the Necrons' eldritch technology or the shattered godlike beings that they goad into battle. By comparison, the Imperium has also faced Xeno threats that are comparatively young and vital, or else have only made their appearance upon the galactic stage of late. When explorator ships first marked the homeworld of the Xeno race, classified as the Tau, they found a relatively primitive society that were marked for potential further study or exploitation and then completely ignored. The next the Imperium saw of the Tau was when the aliens' technologically advanced and ideological-driven empire surged into the eastern fringe. How the Tau could possibly have advanced so swiftly was beyond the knowledge of the Adeptus Mechanicus, and thus swiftly put down to monstrous alien heresy. A more pertinent question appeared to be how best to drive them back. The most serious attempt yet by the Imperium to do so has been known as the Damocles Gulf Crusade, and at best, this bloody and protracted war is decisively a draw. Unable to keep pace with the rapid maneuvering of the Tau forces, and in constant danger of losing outlying populations to the utopian promises of the alien water-caste diplomats, Imperial commanders were at last forced to enact a broad frontal annihilation protocol that employed ancient Adeptus Mechanicus technology to mutually deny a firebreak of worlds in the path of the Tau advance. It was a desperate act that put an end to the desperate war. But it seems unlikely that this is the last the Imperium will see of the dynamic Tau Empire. In the meantime, however, the Tyranids had begun to assail the fringes of the galaxy, and it rapidly became clear to the beleaguered Imperium that here was a new terror to rival anything alien they'd had faced before. Descending in vast swarms, the Tyranids appeared to be at first little more than predatory animals, incredibly dangerous, but limited by the lack of higher intelligence or motivation. Yet as more and more Tyranid tendrils push into the galaxy, as the Hive fleets adapt rapidly to each new military encounter, seeding mutant cults throughout Imperial society, and react with ominous cunning to each fresh attempt to understand or destroy them, an understanding has spread throughout the Ordo Xenos. These aliens are driven by some vast hive mind that seems focused on eradicating all non-Tyranid life in the galaxy. All races must now face this terrible threat if they wish to survive. But with the Great Rift sundering, the stars and the agents of the Dark God spreading death and anarchy throughout every sector of the Imperial space, can any power truly muster the strength to turn back the Tyranid tide? And those were 40 facts on how the Imperium views the Xenos. And like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any suggestions for any topics that you guys would like me to delve deeper into, like details, just let me know in the comment section below. If you guys like our content, thank our patrons on Patreon. It's just $1 a month. With that dollar, we create more videos for you guys. But again, thanks for everything, guys, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. This was Gershwin with Ornament Syndicate, signing out.
Always used to put my freedom first in